Next on the calendar is number 5, Leron Mays Jr.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat, sir.
Yes, sir.
The state of Washington versus Leron Mays Jr. It's case number 3A0820934. Allegation is failure to obey a traffic control device alleged to have occurred on December 1st of 2023. Mr. Mays, you want to go forward with contested hearing or consider a deferral?
Consider a deferral, please.
All right. Let's check your history here, make sure you haven't had one in the last 7 years, have you?
I haven't been here in 7 years for the last 7 years, but.
Okay. Let's take a look.
Oh, yes, traffic court. We've all been there. But this time we've got some good excuses and one man who's so off the rails, you have to see it to believe it.
You have a CDL license, Mr. Mays, is that right?
I do. Yes, sir.
And that makes you ineligible to take advantage of the deferral.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead with the contested part of the hearing. All right, Mr. Mays, I'm ready to hear from you.
Okay.
Did I swear you in?
No.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this matter?
100%. Yes, sir.
All right, have a seat.
All right.
All right, tell me what you want to tell me.
Your Honor, so I'm driving my truck and it was wet outside. And, it rains a lot out here, as you can imagine. And I wasn't speeding. I was doing the speed limit, and the officer did tell me, you weren't speeding, so you could have probably stopped, but I've been driving for 16 years. Had I tried to stop with it raining outside, like the way that it was, I would have stopped right in the middle of the intersection. It would not have been good for anyone. Look, I take full responsibilities for everything that I say and do. I probably didn't run the light, but I did it only because for the safety of everyone else behind me. And that's what it says to do in the DMV book, to, make sure not just for my safety, but for everyone else. I mean, that's a 80,000-pound truck. And had I tried to stop, it would have been dangerous for everyone else as well, including myself. So I just don't want this to go on my record, as you can imagine. I mean, but that's what happened. And the officer gave me a ticket for doing, for running that, for allegedly, I'll use that word. It seems like that's been, but allegedly running that light.
What was the traffic conditions like at the intersection?
Oh, it was wet. It was.
I mean, other vehicles, etc. Anything else there?
Yes, it was. If I can recall, I don't know if it was a Friday night. I think it was a Friday night.
I have a calendar to tell me that.
All right. And again, I think not 100% sure at all, but I do know there were cars, both directions, and again, it was wet outside. And if it's any consolation, Your Honor, I did honk my horn and did my flashers just to let people know that, I'm going. I mean, I didn't just go through the light.
This was close to midnight when this happened, right?
Yes. It probably was. Yes, sir. And it was near out there near Lacey.
Mm-hmm.
And Your Honor, I know that it was close. If it was close to midnight, I've learned quickly here in the state of Washington, there's always traffic here. If it's not 2, 3 o'clock in the morning as a truck driver, I mean, I know that there's traffic, but No excuses. I did what I did.
All right. Hearing what you have to tell me in regards to your concern about public safety in this matter, reading the report, I'm not seeing any indication from the officer that there was any kind of behavior that was likely to cause an accident in this particular situation. I'll find this not committed.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
The other thing to keep in mind, Mr. Mays, when it's late at night and you're driving, not too many other cars on the road. So police have an ability to be in greater scrutiny of what people are doing in terms of driving. So Absolutely. You might keep that in mind.
Most certainly will. Thank you.
Yes, hello.
Mr. Park, this is number 6 on the 1:30 calendar, State versus Ben Park, P-A-R-K. It's case number 3A0741033. And the violation is displaying non-match license plate. And the date of the violation is 11/3/23. So, Mr. Park, do you wish to go forward with a contested hearing or take advantage of the deferral?
I'll continue with the contesting.
I'm sorry, you'll have to say that again and louder.
Okay, I wish to continue with the contesting.
Continue with contested, all right? Give me a moment. All right, Mr. Park, go ahead. I'll hear from you. First, raise your right hand. I have to swear you in. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, put your hand down. Go ahead and tell me what you want me to know about this case.
So, when the officer pulled me over near Lacey, I simply didn't know the fact that I had incorrect plates on. I do remember going to an auto body shop like a few days prior to this incident, and they must have mixed up my license plate somehow when like fixing my vehicle. Because I didn't know the plates were incorrect.
And at this body shop, were they doing any work in the area where your license plate would be?
Yes, I went back there and got my correct ones, but it was a simple matter of like a mix-up on their part.
I'm sorry, you need to say that again.
So the license plate got mixed up at the body shop. The mechanics mistakenly put on the incorrect license plates on my vehicle.
And so you have the correct license plate on your vehicle now, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah.
So they exchanged plates with you at the body shop?
It was a mistake on their part, yes.
All right, Mr. Park, I'll accept your explanation for that. I'll find that the violation is not committed based on the fact that it was not something you did or knew about in relation to the vehicle.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, that's all for today, Mr. Park. You can leave the meeting.
Yes.
So, number 1 on the 2 o'clock calendar is Jeffrey Black. Come up, Mr. Black. This is case number 1 on the 2 o'clock calendar, State of Washington versus Jeffrey Shannon Black. Case number 3A0813209. Allegation is failure to wear a safety belt and operating a vehicle without insurance. All this is alleged to have occurred on November 30th of 2023. Mr. Black, do you wish to go forward with the contested hearing or deferral?
I do.
You do
Contest.
contest.
Yes.
Give me a moment. All right, Mr. Black, raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this matter?
I do.
All right, I'll hear from you.
On the date of the ticket, I was pulling into my trailer park at the top of Martin Way East and Lily Road, which is at the top of basically the large homeless population, but I digress. Pulled in to my establishment. I said, yeah, where I work. Student not work, but actually live. And looked in my rearview mirror, and I don't recall whether it was when I was already in my driveway or not. Looked in my rearview mirror and noticed it was a police officer at my now home. I opened the door of my vehicle to a very large man where again, oh, by the way, I was rude the whole time.
Okay.
I will always attest to using my words and never violence. I raised a primary caregiver of 3 children and never use my words or any power of economics or my condition as a father to belittle or create a condition of a lesser to victimize. Again, I do not know the rules of what I would consider to be what was in tag as a child base, but indicating that I was in my driveway and at the entrance of such of a lovely, again, high economic establishment was a no trespassing and no soliciting signs. One on the right after the address, which I brought, and on the little tree, which is really a poor representation. So again, I discard, or you can look at it. But again, these were trespassing, again, indicating that anybody that was coming to my home to take economically or try to convince of such economic, we would call it thievery, either by manipulation or economic and obvious pre-considered control, which would be any governmental system to a citizen. To a citizen. So to the existing condition, even right here, I do not plan to win. I will leave here poor and the judicial system will continue the process, which is lovely because I don't frequency this condition. And as a father, so I also forgot to put my seatbelt on. I have a broken back when I was 14, which I only used marijuana and caffeine to keep working, which I maintained until I got a bad hernia mesh in 2013. And if I would have obeyed the law, Your Honor, I would have been, I'm from Aberdeen, Washington. I would have been equally as alive as Kurt Cobain if I would have followed the law. So I obeyed the law. I'm sorry, I disobeyed the law until it changed for my benefit legally, and have always obeyed every other aspect of this condition without having to research the condition. So I also presented that the bill by the judicial system, the solicitor, at my home is larger than my rent. And prior to such living establishments, a year ago, I was homeless because I would rather give my money to my children than to any degenerate landlord I have ever met. So all I am asking is that for the safety, and again, by the way, this man that came to my, I've never owned a gun. I'm 5'4". I've never owned a gun because I didn't do it. This man reached for his gun twice because of my voice. And again, if I would have made him feel safe, I could not have laid on the ground to make that man feel safe. Just like I know with any individual. You can only establish that in the child before the ages of 4, like I did with my children, and only use soft tones. Because I am a good man that forgot to do something.
Address the insurance issue.
I economically could not afford it and planned to get it on that time frame. Actually, I was going to do it the next day.
Did you?
No. Do you know why?
No.
Again, I wanted to come here and present this condition of the violation of my position of economics to the court system. And the beautiful thing about the beginning, when I walk in here and I see the lovely lady with the measurement sticks, I do believe that was pre-existent measurement in an economic idea before it ever reached the court. And you can look it up historically. So that's all I'm saying. And I apologize for my ability to speak and for my eyes are always as straight as you see them to be. And goodness is equally as apt as power. Ask my grandma.
All right, Mr. Black, I've reviewed the officer's statement in this case. You've admitted you didn't have your seatbelt on, and you've admitted you didn't have insurance. You were looking at getting it, but you haven't gotten it yet. So I'm not going to be able to do anything about reducing the price of that ticket, unfortunately. Sorry to hear about all those other issues, your back issues, the economic circumstances that befall you. But these laws are in place to protect all of us, not just you. So everybody in the community. So I'm finding you committed on both of those violations, Mr. Black. The total penalty is $704, $145 on the failure to wear safety belt, and $559 on the no insurance ticket. Had you gotten that insurance ticket, I'm sorry, had you gotten insurance and had it today, that ticket would have been reduced to $200.
Oh, I know that. And I don't care. Because again, economics is what I don't live for. You're getting paid. Everybody here is getting paid. Everybody behind me isn't. So again, I'm going to pay. I know that. I'm not here to win. I'm here to tell. And again, how do I get just that? I mean, again, this is all ad lib. So how do I get all this documentation of, again, what I just said, your response to it?
Oh, you can check with the
clerk. I can
clerk.
get at the court?
You can check with the clerk's office and ask for a copy of the audio recording of the court today.
Well, I appreciate your compassion, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. You got it. So this is case number 3 on the 2 o'clock calendar, State of Washington versus Matthew Dwayne Lawrence. And the charge is driving while with wheels off the roadway. And the date is January 2, 2024. Mr. Lawrence, do you wish to go ahead with the contested hearing, or do you wish to do a deferral?
Contested hearing, and I'm also a CDL holder.
All right. All right, Mr. Lawrence, you raise your right hand, please. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this matter?
I do.
Do you have any other witnesses to testify in this case?
No.
All right. Just asking to see if we need to swear anybody else in at this point. All right, Mr. Lawrence, go ahead and tell me what you want me to know about this.
On 1/2 of 24, about 2:30 in the afternoon, I was driving down the highway just south of Olympia. I was eating crackers, and I swallowed a small piece, and I started choking and coughing so hard that I passed out and I left the roadway. And then when I came back on the roadway and then hit a Jersey barrier in my semi truck, and then the officer was called out, and I showed him the video. I had a dash cam and everything. And he said, unfortunately, because this highway state patrol is called out, that he had to issue a ticket. That's why he issued me this driving with wheels off roadway.
What did the dash cam camera show?
The dash cam saw me leaving onto the shoulder, a little bit into the shoulder in the grass, and then into the wall, the guardrail on the other side of the road.
And I think your testimony was that you passed out?
Yes.
From choking so much?
Yeah. And then I've gone to, my insurance company has required me, I've gone to specialists, had my throat, all that. It was just a fluke accident from coughing so hard.
All right, Mr. Lawrence, sounds to me like this was, as you say, a fluke accident. It's not as if you were intentionally driving with your wheels off the roadway, especially when you're driving a truck for an employer. So I will find that this violation is not committed today.
Thank you.
More crackers in the truck, Mr. Lawrence.
I've been no more eating while driving. Yes, sir.
All right, that's all for today. That was case number 400064953.